Have y'all realized playing a horror game with friends, they are the actual monster? Yeah, I said it. They're the actual monster. Cause what I realized after years of playing horror games on Roblox or on PlayStation, the monster isn't the ghost. It isn't the demon. It isn't the 7 foot tall mutant chasing you through the abandoned hotel. It's your friends. Every single time you load into a game thinking you got a solid team that you think that'll stay with you through the whole game. I mean the whole game. Everybody's in Discord saying, "Nah, bro, we stick together." Everybody on calls talking about no hider. We gonna make this a speed run. 5 minutes later, a light start flickering. What do your teammate do? They hide. What do your other one do? They not even in the game no more. All right, let's move on to something else. A door slams. Somebody hears breathing, and suddenly you're solo in the playthrough. Your friend disappear faster than the bolt of lightning. So they're the real monsters of horror games, and they're gone. You don't even see them leave. So 1 second they're standing next to you saying, "I've got your back." Then the next second you turn around and all you hear is, "Dude, good luck." And you check who's all in the game. Guess what? You're the only one in the game. How disappointing is that? Yep, very disappointing. Like, you were literally holding a flashlight 30 seconds ago. Now I'm the only one walking to a basement with nothing but a glow stick and blonde optimism. How stupid did that sound? Yeah, pretty stupid, right? And somehow these people always justify it. Nah, bro, I was getting help. Getting help from who? The ghost? Like, who you getting help from? But because I haven't seen another human being for the last 3 rooms, then without fall, they start giving you directions. Go check downstairs. Really? You want me to go check downstairs all alone while you hide in the closet so I can get killed and you can get away? How dumb did that sound? They already peeked through the doorway half a second, saw a chair move by itself, screamed like a cartoon character and ran upstairs. That's not checking the sightseeing. The worst part is when the door closed behind you. Why? Who taught people that locking their teammate inside with the monster is somehow a survival strategy? Congratulations. You increased your life expectancy or maybe 3 seconds. The creature is coming. It's just eating me first and you can get away. Nah, bro. We can't do that around here. You feel me? So, and they over here talking about, "Oh, you should have hidden." Really? I should have hidden? Be for real now. It's kind of hard when I'm busy getting folded into a lawn chair by an 8-foot creature while you're providing color commentary from the safety of the truck. These people became professional analysis the moment they're dead or safe. I would have gone left. You didn't even left. You didn't even go and leave. So you sprinted into a closet. The second the lights flickered, let's not rewrite history. And don't get me started on the bait friend. The bait friend. Every friend group has, how can I put this? They always like, "Run, I'm distracted." For one glorious moment, you think you're the hero. Then you realize you're just a distraction. That's not bravery. That's out-sorcering. It's honestly impressive how fast loyalty disappears in horror games. Outside the game, they're talking about trust, teamwork, and friendship inside the game. They hear one weird noise and suddenly you're completely acceptable sacrifice. I've learned that if my friends tell me go first, I'm turning around immediately. Either there's a jump scare or there's making sure the monster chooses you. The worst thing is having the monster log on to you while your teammates nowhere to be found. They don't leave you nothing but a glow stick and a flashlight to defend yourself while they in a whole nother room in the closet while I'm getting chased down, finna get torn into pieces. Neither option is exactly encouraging. At the end of the day, horror games teaches you an important life lesson. Never trust the guy who says, "I'll be right behind you," because he won't. He already halfway to the exit. You're introducing yourself to whatever nightmare the developers cooked up this time. Anyway, you've been abandoned by your own teammates 5 minutes into the horror game. Congratulations. You didn't lose because of the monster. You lost because of your friends and suddenly developed Olympic level sprinting skills the moment things got scary. So basically, what this is about, that in horror games, nah, your friends are the true villain, because horror games not that scary anymore if we're really honest. Especially on Roblox, it's not scary. But when we do find that one scary game and we load up into it, you always have that friend that talks about, nah bro, I'm not playing, it's too scary. Then eventually he joins after we start. How stupid did that sound? Like, sometimes people can be real buffoons. Not you, of course. Yeah, not you. You're not a buffoon. You're a precious viewer. But I don't look at y'all as buffoons. I look at my friends as buffoons because they leave me to die in a horror game. I'm finna be a sophomore I am a sophomore in high school. And I'm still playing horror games with my sophomore friends. And I known them since middle school, 7th grade. And the fact that I'm still the fact that how many years we've been playing and they left me to die so many times, that should have been the end of horror games. We should have just went on to a whole nother action game, but nah, we went to another horror game, knowing they were gonna repeat the same thing over and over again. The same thing over and over again. You know how frustrating that is? It's very frustrating, you feel me? So let's look here. Okay. Alright. And I want to say, I don't care what horror game we're playing. It could be Lethal Company. It could be Phasmophobia. It could be Repo. It could literally be a game where the monster is a sesame toaster. The scariest thing in every single last one of them is your own friends. The game not scary. Your friend make it scary because they leave you to die. Not because they're bad at the game, not because they're bad friends, because they completely different human beings the second anything remotely scary happens. Outside the game, they're talking about loyalty. We got each other's backs. We leave no man behind. We're a team. The time the loading screen ends, a light flickers, someone hears a suspicious footstep, a bang, a roar, and suddenly these people are auditioning for the Olympics. While you sitting in last place, while everybody's in first place, almost near the exit. I never seen a human move faster than someone abandoning their friend in a horror game. They don't hesitate. There's no eternal conflict. There's no more dilemma. No shit, I'll help him. It's just, yeah, he's cooked. Yeah, he's cooked. And that's gone. The funniest part is everybody acts tough before the game start. Oh, horror games don't scare me. I've beaten every Resident Evil. I protect everybody, sure will. Then 5 minutes later, a mannequin blinks. A mannequin moves. A mannequin turns around and it stops moving. The same dude screaming into the microphone loud enough to wake up people 3 states away. Talking about, I had friends go from sounding like an action movie protagonist to sounding like a tea kettle. How disappointing is that? How do you unlock a brand new voice just because a ghost walked in through the wall? You go first. There are 5 words I never trust. You go first. Absolutely not. Nobody has ever said that with good intentions. If someone tells you to go first in a horror game, they're not being polite. They're conducting an experiment. They're trying to figure out If the hallway is safe, using your body, your quality assurance, they stand 20 feet behind you, watching, waiting. The second halfway people turn to the truck, you haven't processed the jump scare yet. You're still trying to identify what killed you. Meanwhile, they're saying, dude, where are you, brother? You watched it happen. Alright, now let's move on to the flashlight guy. We all have the flashlight guy. That one dude, every friend group has that one person responsible for the flashlight. Which sounds like an easy job until they panic. They suddenly think they're shining the flashlight everywhere except the monster. The ceiling, the floor, their own face, the corner, the wall, the Reynolds. Everybody gets eliminated except him. And the monster trying to kill him. I'm over here asking, where is it? The guy's accidentally giving the ghost a concert spotlight while leaving me completely blind. And let's talk about the guy who suddenly goes silent. This one is terrifying. You'll be talking normally, everyone's laughing, making jokes. The one person suddenly stops talking, completely silent. Now everyone freezes. So you thinking to yourself, why are you freezing? Why do we all freeze? Because silence in a horror game is one of two different things. Either they die or they're about to say the most horrifying sentence imaginable. I think it's behind me. Yeah, you think? Yeah, it's behind you. That's not something you think. That's something you know. By the time you finish the sentence, it's usually introducing itself personally. Every friend group has that one who thinks they're the main character. I got this. I'm built different. But differently, unconscious. They're charged directly at the monster, thinking they're like in the action movie. 3 seconds later, now someone's over here talking about it's someone else's problem. No, you volunteered. You signed up for this. You wanted to play the game. So we're not risking the entire mission because you thought you could punch a demon. Now we're going to talk about the loot goblin. Before we end it, we're just going to talk about the loot goblin and I'll come back in the door incident. Alright. Then there's the loot goblin. This person does not care about teamwork. They don't care if you're alive. They don't care if you're dying. They're busy. They're just busy collecting scrap worth of $11 in rusted drawers while we fighting for our lives. They don't care if you're alive. They don't care if you're dying. You're screaming, help! And all you hear is the sound of drawers opening and closing. The monster is currently turning me into a modern art, like a Renaissance. Back in the, let me rephrase that. The monster is turning me into a Leonardo da Vinci painting, while the friend over here is freaking looting. How stupid is that? Now we're going to talk about the door incident. Who keeps teaching people to slam doors in horror games. It never works. Ever. Your friend sees a monster, they slam the door, they lock it, take a deep breath, smile, then remember you're still inside. Now you're pounding on the door, they're yelling, I'm sorry. No, you're not. If you were sorry, you unlocked the door, right? Instead, you apologize while sprinting away with no remorse. The customer service. You're sprinting away like a track star, faster than the speed of light. While I'm out there, banging on the door to open the door, while it's halfway across from me. He won't open the door. Now, we're going to talk about the comeback. The biggest lie in gaming history. This game will never release on time. It's, I'll come back for you. No, you won't. Nobody comes back. The second someone says those words, accept your fate. Right or will. Maybe leave a heartfelt voicemail. They're gone. Because they'll return 15 minutes later after the monster leaves. Oh man, I tried. No, you didn't. I watched your perspective you hid under her desk. So, my final thoughts, horror games are supposed to be to test teamwork. Instead, they expose exactly how much your friend values your life. Apparently, the answer is about the same as a broken flashlight. The moment things get scary, loyalty disappears faster than the stamina bar. So if you ever wonder who your real friends are, don't ask them. Play a horror game with them. If they stay beside you when the monster shows up, congratulations. You found a real one. If you use as bait, well, at least you know not to trust during the zombie apocalypse. Thanks for watching. Remember, the monster might get you, but your friends will probably get you first. I just want to say God bless you. I love you from all of my heart. May God bless you. May he protect you and may he heal you. Peace.